The best, most effective commercials leave a lasting impression on the consumer, but sometimes brands take things too far, which brings even more attention to the commercial and thus the brand, encouraging envelope pushing in the industry. Here are a few examples of banned commercial spots from across the globe. Bar gets barred. Israeli supermodel Bar Rafeli has starred in 2 commercials deemed too steamy for prime time in her home country. One for clothing company Hoodies in 2016 is basically a Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue spread come to life. But the original cut lingered too long on Bar's behind and implied she was bottomless at one point, so it was censored by Israel's version of the FCC. But even the censored version was too much. The Tammy spot still couldn't air until after 10 PM. This wasn't the first time a Bar starring spot got barred from primetime. In 2014, she co-starred in another Hoodies commercial with a mustachioed Muppet and 2 other versions of herself, which was said to have too many sexual insinuations.
You just can't get enough of me, huh?
Giving up the gun. In 2005, Microsoft cooked up a commercial they knew would cause a commotion, so they effectively pre-banned it in the US, allowing only a limited audience of hardcore gamers to see it. The playful Xbox 360 spot featuring strangers engaging in a sprawling finger gun shootout in the middle of a busy terminal never aired on television, was only shown at promotional events. Boom. Boom. Once the ad leaked, the internet speculated wildly about why the spot wasn't given a wider release, leading to rumors about network or FCC bans over its violent content. But it was simply Microsoft thinking outside the Xbox. No apologies. In a weird twist, in 2014, a SodaStream Super Bowl spot featuring Scarlett Johansson about what it takes for a video to go viral ended up going viral, but for an entirely different reason than the one depicted in the video. The spot showcases how easy it is to use the device to create a soda that's better for the consumer and for the environment. But then ScarJo decides that stripping down to a slinky dress and sipping on a soda seductively is what's needed to achieve viral stardom.
Sorry, Coke and Pepsi.
Oh yeah, she done it. SodaStream.
Ironically, the ploy wasn't even given a chance to work, since Fox rejected the spot over the mocking apology to SodaStream's competitors. But the controversy drew millions of eyeballs to the uncensored spot with the offending line, as well as the otherwise identical censored spot during the big game. Sorry, Coke and Pepsi. Dead to rights. This 2001 Dutch commercial for the Hyundai Veloster featured the personification of death itself coming to claim a soul, and the shockingly brutal way death gets it done.
Okay, tot snel.
Ouch! It's a good thing that the Veloster only has 3 doors, a death-defying safety feature meant to cut down on such accidents. Interestingly, the spooky spot was actually shot down by Hyundai itself before airing for being too shocking for their brand. But, like a lot of these banned ads, it lives on in infamy. Trap House. Speaking of disturbing, violent images, how about this shocking 2006 commercial from New Zealand for the Toyota RAV4? The car is so amazing, apparently, that it turns husband and wife against each other in their shared quest to drive it. They set cartoonishly Home Alone style traps to try to slow the other down while they go through their morning routine. Viewers complained it set an inappropriate message to children, was not socially responsible, and it would encourage similar behavior. So the popular ad was yanked from the airwaves. For heaven's sake. This slick 2011 Axe Excite spot features skimpily dressed angels falling from heaven and giving up their immortality to hook up with a dude that wears a spray-on deodorant. The supposedly sacrilegious TV spot was banned by South Africa's Advertising Standards Authority for offending members of the Christian faith, a move that surely increased the number of curious Christians watching the spot online. There's a devil of a predicament for censors. Indecent exposure. In 2007, Bud Light created a cheeky commercial featuring a carefree couple tossing off their clothes and going skinny dipping, assuming they're alone. Oops. The spot was supposed to air during the Super Bowl that year, but was rejected by CBS. The ban, however, led to even more exposure for Budweiser since it made headlines, generating tens of millions of views online and giving it a much longer shelf life, like being featured in videos like this one, 10 years later. Thanks for watching. Click the looper icon to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Plus, check out all this cool stuff we know you'll love too.